Hey bitches. It's been a while since I played someone else's Roblox game. Unfortunately, said Roblox game sucks ass. This is the game. The most Victorian fictional cities, despite being in Russia. This does not make sense. Do you want to own a property? Guess what? The game doesn't let you do that. Wobbles? Well... we don't have wobbles. Lovely dinner at Whispered by Micah's. Report players who participating in activities such as a violation of Roblox terms of service. Like, look, this person got terminated for uploading inappropriate material of children on Roblox. So therefore, the owner of this game, my career course, yes, this is my career course out, by the way. So therefore, he violated the very thing. However, he can't report them in the police station. But you can just use the report menu and you can explore the city, blah 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 blah. Of course, this is the final update, so look how Russian and Victorian this place is. Victory, English, see? Victorian. This is clearly one of the most Victorian games. Victoria. Victoria. Despite the fact it looks like America and Thessaloniki again, it's a retake. Let's see if anything has changed. We have Russia, yeah, this does not work. I'm speaking too much. As a retake, we could see, so Russian. Suka bliat. Even better, the indicator doesn't even fucking work. It does look like a Soviet lift. However, it's more accurate to call it a imitation of a Soviet lift. However, a Greek lift would be more accurate to consider. I think this runs on the respirator controller. It's a retake. Find a job. Elevator C-framed. CityLift. Company. CityLift's company. 60. Stop here. Then you have the klaxon. GL. You wanna know what this is? This isn't even Russian. You don't have those nice Soviet lifts like the one I bought in Azerbaijan. Well, Azerbaijan was a Soviet colony, so it will make sense. Look, this is a Westboro lift. And we nearly reached 5 minutes. Does this stop button work? Well, it doesn't. The C frame makes the stop button harder to press. But it doesn't work. End of story. Look. If this was 2020, I would actually make childish remarks about it, about how childish character time is. I almost got confused. Guess what? You have this amount of rubles. Wait, why is there a dollar sign? I thought it was meant to be rubles. This is really stupid. Your movement speed is hilariously slow. I mean, this is the so-called restaurant that looks goddamn awful. Oh my god! This is the kind of lift that would fail any safety regulations. And it's made by the same person who actually thinks Thessaloniki as a city. This one is Kuba Plus. This lift would make perfect sense in Greece, but not in Russia, of course. Why I'm doing a retake? There's been new lifts there. Look. Nazvan Fanny Company Say whatever the hell that actually that's Russian. I shouldn't be judging all of this bullshit. Look, you can easily serve lifts like a look, you could easily serve the lifts if you want to. Just like BCJ. We don't ask who is BCJ. At least you have this nice flashlight. Which is because humans do not have organs that let them see in different aspects of colors. No lift to the ground floor. Anyways, this is a nightmare for people who live in... who has their legs crippled. Who's gonna bring you to the... And we do not ask why we don't ride the trains. As you can see, this definitely and totally Russian place has Russian elevators, even though they look nothing like the elevators you see in Russia. If you have noticed that the elevators look very similar to the ones in Arbeta City, well, because they are similar. Like, you don't need to ask any fucking questions why they are similar. And of course, what's this, you may ask? A fake lift. But why resort to a fake lift? The lift looks like it's a real one, except, or maybe it is real. Actually, let's not try to call this a... Oh my god! You can tell that it sucks so badly that the train thought it's a great idea to... It's the same Arbeta trash train. Well, never rely on Arbeta, or else you'll get that. In Russia, they make those things. The Russians actually do that. No, they don't. In Russia, you'll never even see those kind of signs. In Russia, you'll never see the city. In Russia, you'll... I've said enough about the Russian. Look. It's so Russian that you may imagine that this is Russia. This is so Russian that you will imagine how Russian this is. Russia, Russia, Russia. And this is the elevator that I have trouble riding. Like, it got stuck a lot. Like, of course, this game is so broken as fuck. Well, there is a price for riding this super cool and genuine old shit. So the inside it got replaced with elmy crap. You know, it's totally Victorian. Has my sound, especially the ones from the trap zone trip I had. What's this? It's another Rasper lift. Okay, riding this lift is insufferable. It's just not surface lift. Those lifts use the Raspberry controller. I mean, they literally do use that. They do have a basement too, but that's not worth covering. I mean, another building means folding gates lift. Did you know that in Russia there's no such thing as floor zero? I actually went to Azerbaijan and there aren't that many places that have floor zero. One of the only few places are either some malls and other shit. You wanna see my cool dance revolution, pump it up, in the groove, easy to dance trick? Well, fuck you then. Because you can't do it. it's quite realistic to see how realistic this dumb shit is. Look, you can go for a dancing revolution. And die. Get it? Look, Dance Revolution. Yeah, Pump It Up is better. So, people, they only know about rhythm game. The only dance games people know is either Just Dance or Dance Revolution. Despite the fact that an arcade rhythm game called Pump It Up is more popular and it's literally, there's more Pump It Up cabs you can find compared to the ones called DDR. And here we have Asian Lift in Russia. Actually, calling this Russia is completely inaccurate and misleading. So from now on, we're calling it Greece 2. Greece, except that it's in Russia. The Russian equivalent of Greece. I know you love Dance Revolution, but I actually prefer Pump It Up more. 5 hours is better than 4 hours. Also, this game is made by a well-known child predator. Actually, calling him a child predator might be inaccurate, but look how American this taxi is. It's a Ford in Russia. But why? This is the so-called police station that you can report people who break the Roblox terms of service. Dr. IQ Drunk Joke Center. Thank God alcohol is banned from where I live. Or else you'll be forced to hear all of those shitty jokes revolving around alcohol and intoxication. So why a retake? Well, the person who did this got banned, therefore there won't be updates to this game. Look, I don't think you should be happy or sad about it, because emotions won't do anything. Of course, they want to show how luxurious they are. Anyways, if I did make a game in Hyrule style, this game would look like this. This is the kind of game I would... Oh look! An actual Russian vehicle! Finally. I think this is a Hammett truck or something. Oh my god. It's the equivalent of driving in the moon because of how fucked up the gravity is. Unfortunately, I cannot get my hands on this game copy, so therefore I won't treat it the same way as how I treat Inkidi or Calatricia. Rather, I mean, to be fair, the very same people who made the shit game actually thought Calatricia as a country. Well, it's not a country. You can't call this shit a country and get away with it. It's that platform lift I think I included in, actually this is one of the most interesting spot about this game. Oh look. This is a teleporter. Speaks in the worst rendition of Russian. I don't think this is how Russia sounds like. Let me just... Look, the gravity is like this. This is how the gravity works. You know... The taxis, well... they seem to be ladders. Now this one actually uses the actual ruble symbol. They set this gravity to this. This is why the cars drive worse than how cars are driven in Grand Theft Auto 4. In Grand Theft Auto 4, the cars are easier to drive compared to this game. Look, you can get a job at this shithole. This shithole. Oh, that shithole. In fact, you can't really drive around here because the trams are so insufferable that because of the shit gravity, it's called Antheavilla in not Soviet Russia. Why not Soviet Russia, you may ask? Well, because it looks like a weird mishmash of Greece, United States, and Victoria. The Victorian period already ended. British colonization no longer exists. Why insist on... Why do you insist on... Look, this map is already empty as it is. Look. You cannot cross the street because of this. Look, I think I could make a better game than this. So yeah. Don't take the cars. Take the truck. Even if the truck does not have an interior, yeah, this game sucks. This will also be the final video involving this place. Unless you're talking about the re-upload and some shit. So, wanna know what happened to this person who made this shit? Well, like I've said in the beginning of this shit video, it got banned for something illegal that the police are actually have to be brought. He was what essentially is brought to justice. And look. Gravity does not exist in this game. I mean, actually I'm wrong. Gravity does exist in this game. It's just how the gravity was set it up to the point that it's being super insufferable. Thank God this truck is so powerful as fuck that it can overcome it. And this is the apartments that I are not supposed to enter. For what? Guess what? The elevator works. Guess what? It's this. A whisper. It does not have welding. How did you fuck this up? Makes you wanna jump and jump and jump. Safety does not even fucking exist. So, like, as always, you can just walk all the way upstairs. And boom, you have beaten the lift. You should be congratulated by this shit. It has the same game design that Arbeta City has. And this is the nicest part of the game. The seaside. Of course, if you haven't uploaded that picture of someone's genitals, you wouldn't even get banned. So yeah, do not support the person who made this. Do not like him at all. I'm not saying this is a warning or something. Like, look. No normal human being would upload genitalia of underage people. Like, look. It's literally illegal. Why the fuck do people do illegal shit? I actually don't know, but the game is actually quite big. It's just that I have to drive around, which makes the video unnecessary. Oh my god, Arbeta City. I don't know what measuring system it is, but yeah, that's China. Pause. As a person who never went to Russia but went to a nearby Soviet country, I could tell you that this isn't how Russia looks like. Do you love Russia? Well, I actually ship out your claim, so sorry for getting too political. I understand if you're uncomfortable with politics, but I wrote a story about how someone got sent into a truck. I mean, at least it makes more sense compared to those Google Translate stories about those weird slice of life stories about Shui and those stupid shit. The so-called Shui bullshit is basically, oh look, we use Google Translate to what essentially is Farsi. That's wild. Google translating it to Farsi. Oh no, my truck is... Shit, not my truck. Anyways, you can see how shit this game is. Look. Okay, welcome back to server restarted for unknown purposes not known to man. Today I'm going to attempt to ride this train. Yeah, I'm gonna sit in it. It's a Rasper train, made by the same person who did Modulux and Cortex. Well, before those two even existed. Look how nice. And oh no, the train is derailed. Oh no, not to the sea. Oh no, this shitty train derailed itself. Oh no, the train decided to end its pathetic life. This is why you should never ride a train here. Or else you'll fucking die. Because the train decided to tell you to fuck off and derail you the fuck. And let's just say fuck because it's funny. Get it? Fuck. Fuck. Enough of that. I hate you. I hate you. Hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Actually, try singing heavy rotation but replace love with hate. It makes the song better. At least according to my own standards. This is the so-called ballroom. I'm not having fun. The advantage of this shit gravity means that you could easily do those super cool stunts. You ever wondered how it's like to work as a stuntman? Well, let's make a 1-hour video. Even better, it's made at a better PC. 32 gigs of fucking RAM. I really put effort in driving. So what? Who cares if you drive like shit? It's just a fucking game. Not real life. You shouldn't worry about driving like absolute fucking shit. Oh look. Antheavilla. Push. I found what essentially is building. Guess what? Schindler! Oh my fucking god! Wasted potential! This is the embodiment of wasted potential. Look. Generic crap on the inside. An actual VIGL fixture set on the outside. How shit can you possibly be? See? Schindler! This is called a bait and switch moment. It's the same kind of tactic that those clickbaiters would use. Oh, I found a super cool Schindler elevator at I Don't Give a Shit Avenue in I Don't Give a Shitville. This is basically the kind of clickbait you'll see. Stop. And guess what building it is? This building does not exist. I mean, it does exist. It's just the interior does not actually exist. So I stopped my car for nothing. Great-o. This is basically a free model world template. And saying this as a game developer, I could make something better than this. I could make it so it takes place in Antheavilla, but since I don't have a copy of this wretched hive, I can't. And I have no interest in making those kinds of games. It's basically how empty it is. Thankfully, I'm not looking for... And this is what people call land housing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this buildings are fake and not real. But even if your building skills get better, in the end, people will remember you for the predator you are. Arbeta is fucking shit. This game is fucking shit. And then at this point, it's just fucking warehouses. Like, what the fuck do you call this building? A crap building? So much wasted space. So yeah, I never knew this game has more lifts than I ever thought. Driving is not fun at all. It is never fun to begin with. Oh, it was supposed to be filled with buildings. Guess what? It will never ever be. Unless that pedo uploaded the game again. And put new buildings. Get it? Drifting. Unfortunately, I don't edit Roblox videos that much. But another word to say is that I'm lazy. Yeah, thankfully this one stopped me from falling into the bottomless pit. Oh my god, this car is driving me crazy. You know, actually, lift enthusiast, lift filming isn't my hobby that much anymore. It's actually my secondary hobby. Building games is where it's at, and it's not Dance Dance Revolution. And you cannot forgive Konami for what they did to Kojima. Basically, they killed off like, actually, let's not talk about it as we're getting too off topic. Stupid words. See, I told you, it'll be a nightmare for people who wish to get hit by trucks. Because you can't even get the trucks in the road when they get off of the road. You'll just have to wait for this thing. Yep, fuck it. So why can't you go to his profile? P-band! And then we are hitting the... So... this is him. His account never really had value. Like... whoops. Fuck it, bye bitches. It's 11 PM.